are live.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to our world. Welcome to Cancel Rent Land. Today in Cancel Rent Land, we have some amazing artists from Atlanta, Georgia. And I myself am in sunny East Los Angeles, enjoying the weather today and thinking about all the ways in which we can subvert this system of capitalism, white supremacy, and patriarchy. And so, for all you listening, this is the Cancel Rent Fest. This is our now bi-weekly concerts that will be happening on this channel here. And Cancel Rent Fest is a collaboration between Right to the City and Artivist Entertainment. And the reason we're doing this is because during this crisis, and even before this current pandemic, there was a crisis. There was a greed crisis, and that some really greedy people were creating conditions, have been creating conditions for centuries now, where housing has become a prime commodity, and land has become a prime commodity, and people become not even secondary to this idea. And so we are asking people who can't pay their rent and can't pay their mortgage to get together and build a strategy to put pressure on government and put pressure on the banks and to turn this shame and fear into power with one another. And so I'm going to turn it over to my good friends in Atlanta, Quincy and Jessica, who are here to bless us with some beautiful, beautiful music. And I thank you so much for being with us today, Quincy and Jessica.
Thank you for having us. Completely our pleasure to be involved with this. We just did a few songs not too recently, inspired by love, and we want to bring that energy to the festival tonight, wherever you may be in your homes across the world. And Jessica, thank you for being here with me in this and lending your beautiful voice. We're going to kick this off with Jessica as she does a rendition of a very popular song from some time ago. Sing along if you feel so inclined.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jessica. One of my favorite things is being in the company of people that I love. And I can't see you, but I'm happy for everybody who's here. And I want to let you know how much I love you. I love you for sentimental reasons. I hope that you believe me. I'll give you my heart. I love you, and you alone were meant for me. Please give your loving heart to me and say we'll never part. I think of you every morning, and I dream of you every night. Sweet darling, I'm never lonely whenever you're in my sight. I love you for sentimental reasons. Darling, please believe If what we had was good, then
How come you don't call me?
in my own? Oh, you gotta pick up the phone, 'cause we can't come see each other. I think of you, yes I do, yeah. Am I supposed to
Think of you here. Think of you.
I think of you every morning, and I dream of you every night. My sweet darling, I'm never lonely. Ever you're in my sight. Oh, I love you. For sentimental reasons, and I hope that you believe me. I've given you my one and only, one and only. I've given you my heart. Yes, I've given you my love. You had my
Nice, babe.
Thanks. Your go.
I'm up.
For us.
I was born by the river in a little tent, just like the river. See, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming. See, I know the change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. See, I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming. But see, I know that a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Then I go to my brother, and I say, brother, won't you help me, please? Help me, please. But then he winds up knocking me right back down on my knees. Oh, there have been times that I thought I couldn't last for long. Now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know the change gonna come. You see, I know that a change gonna come. I know, yes, I know. See, I know one day, and even right now, if I believe it, that a change is gonna come, gonna come. See, I know that a change gonna come. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much. Um, so, I think it's really interesting that you chose these songs, and there's definitely uh, reasons why. And so it's not often that when we think about social movement, when we think about movements of resistance and regenerative movements, that we think about like love at the center. And I wanted to ask you both if you could talk a little bit about that needing to express that love as a centerpiece to how we're gonna build what we need to build moving forward.
Maybe you want to start?
I want to start. I can't even see. Can I sit by you?
Yeah, come on.
Okay. Oh man, that's a great question. We sing about love because love is all there is. And at the end of the day, anything we do, if we don't do it from a standpoint of love, then we might as well not do it. I feel like we've missed the boat. And I feel like we've gotten to the place where we are in this time because of things done not with love at the core of it, right? If we have love for our fellow man, our fellow woman, then we're considering that person's need. We're considering the fact that we all want the same basic things. And we're not going to do anything that jeopardizes their living. We're not going to do anything that jeopardizes their ability to just do what they need to do, which is to live, to have food, to have shelter, to thrive, and to be able to, to just be able to live. And I just know that we've gotten ourselves in this place because a lot of the motives behind decisions made, a lot of times the motive isn't love. And that's what I got.
Absolutely. And as you're saying that, something that happens in relationships, especially, is your idea of love changes and evolves the more you learn about the person that you're in the relationship with. And two, you learn more about yourself and how you can better love yourself. And I think at the heart of it, this was an epiphany for me recently, that self-love, when you really love yourself, it automatically boosts your accountability for yourself and those around you, because it's like the walls are down. You don't have anything to hide behind because you know that your personal accountability and the people that you're accountable to is paramount.
Yeah, when you do things out of love, you're not harming someone else. You're not taking away from them, even when it comes to a monetary thing. When you do something out of love, you're not harming anyone. And so I feel like as we do move forward, and we will move forward, things have to happen, in society. Things will get shaken up so that good people will rise up. And as that happens, once we do things out of a standpoint of love, then these things will mend themselves.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So what do we got? What do we got next? What are you going to share with us next?
How about a love song?
In that vein, yeah, why not?
Want to do Paper Moon? Or do you want to do something else?
Yeah, let's do that.
Want to do Paper Moon? Mm-hmm. Paper Moon is a duet that we do, and one of our favorite love songs.
Absolutely. I love it.
Go back. Do I need to be over there for the mic?
Before you do that, I want to say that there's a comment from YouTube from Aretha Collins.
Hey.
And hi, you guys. It's me and Sweetheart.
Yeah. Hey, Sweetheart.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and share that. Go ahead, like and share.
Yes, indeed.
We're glad you're here.
Love you, Sweetheart.
You guys.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do I need to be right here on the mic?
Whatever you want to do.
I need to be heard.
You can go there. You can be here.
Okay.
Whatever you want. It's your world, baby. It's your world.
How about that? Let's switch it up.
All right. Up on. hanging over a cardboard seat. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believe in me. It's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree. It wouldn't be make-believe if you believe in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believe in me. Come on, baby.
Only a paper balloon sailing over a cardboard sea. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Got it? It's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree. But it would not be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, life's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's just a melody played in the penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it would not be make-believe if you believed in me.
Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believe in me.
That's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you smell good too.
And that's good. And we've been quarantined for a while.
I know, right? I can't say the same for myself.
You guys can see it, but he can.
Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, men have named you. You're so like the lady with the mystic smile. Is it only because you're lonely we have blamed you for that Mona Lisa strangeness in your smile? Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep. They just lie there and they die there. Are you warm? Are you real, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely world of art. Smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa. Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep. They just lie there and they die there. Are you warm? Are you real? Mona Lisa. Or just a cold and lonely, lovely world of art. Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
Man. So, you know, this makes me think a lot about these last two pieces. Just make me think about the lyrics by Mos Def. Let's say Elvis Presley ain't got no soul. John Coltrane is rock and roll. You may dig on the Rolling Stones, but they can never rock like Nina Simone. And thinking about just, you know, what he's saying in those lyrics, and how Black people have been systematically written out of history, a history that they created, right? And taking it a step further is that, and you all are in the South, right? And so you might feel this a little bit more even, how this country has never gone through a process, a dedicated process to recognize Black people. And by extension, I'm including brown people and other people of color, and, you know, as human, of recognizing their humanity, our humanity.
Yeah.
And so, you know, when I hear this music, and I watched a documentary recently about jazz music, and you know, these monumental contributions to humanity by Black people have given us so much. You know, and it's not just music. There's so much more, and so much of the culture of this country is based on those contributions. Yet, you still see these disparities. You still see the struggle of Black people fighting for their humanity, fighting to be, you know, to have a dignified home, a dignified job, you know. And so I just wanted to give you all a chance to speak to that idea.
You know, what a powerful question. And man, immediately my mind goes to the examples that we placed ourselves in when we moved here to Atlanta. Being born and raised in Los Angeles, you know, the wealth divide in Los Angeles is so evident, and you know, you can leave your front door and you see examples of poverty, and then you have, of course, Hollywood, which is the mecca of, or the idea of the American dream, right? when we moved to Atlanta, my world was flipped in a sense in that, you know, Black culture is so strong here in Atlanta. You have well-to-do people. You have large and small business owners who are Black here in Atlanta, and then you do have the those that are in poverty as well, and still, you know, you know, Black and white wealth at this point, and as long as there has been the distinctions of race differences of Black and white, Black wealth and white wealth are two different things. In that, you know, the color of your skin, you know, dictates whether you will get that position or not. Whereas, you know, you take a Caucasian cat off the street, clean him up, you know, he can look like the banker who's in line for the job. Whereas a brother, it's like, you know, there's that reservation. And the contributions of Black folks has been so immense to this country, and we know by example for sure that America would not be what it is today without these contributions. And I see and feel now that these disparities would not be where they are without certain without certain, you know, people selling out Black people as well to be in certain positions, and this could be a huge topic of debate, but I do feel that somewhere along the way something, you know, a change was made. To somebody said, okay, you know, we agree so that, you know, so folks will be subjugated and placed here so that others can be placed on a pedestal, and so that this American dream can be taught, bought, and sold the way that it's supposed to be. And I think, you know, when I was younger, it was easy to say, yeah, you know, folks are you know, people are fucking Black folk over. People are fucking people of color over. And yes, there are. And now we are at a time now where it's like, okay, yes, that is the truth, but how are we going to see it and at the same time do what we can to help each other out of this? Because we have a social responsibility to each other to include each other in the process of coming up. You know, it doesn't work if you know, if one man's successes, you know, and leaves the rest of his and her people left to starve and die. That just doesn't work these days. Our levels of perception and accountability are at a much greater level these days. You know, does that make sense?
Jessica, would you like to add anything?
I mean, there's so much that can be said on that topic alone, but I'll say this. I'm glad for the question, and I'm grateful that the conversation is being had to say that, you know, it's no longer something that's hush hush. It's no longer just Black folks saying, yeah, but we contributed so much. It's widely known. Everybody knows it. Everyone knows about appropriation. Everyone gets it at this point. It's no longer a secret. So I'm so grateful actually that we can all be connected, even though we're all sheltering in place. We can be connected through the internet, through conversations. You can't stop the truth from actually being told. So I'm grateful for that. Yeah. And my comment to that is that I'm not asking them to validate my humanity. I'm a person of hue, of dark hue, and you know, I think it should be us, Black and brown folks, coming together and know, and you know what, if they don't want to be part of this wonderful thing of coming together and of unity and saying, yes, I see you, I see your greatness, I see your amazingness, thank you for what you gave to me, then at some point, you know, those who don't want to be part of it, because it's not everybody who doesn't want to be a part of it. There's a system and a structure of white supremacy. So I know that we have people who understand it, who are white, who are Black, and we got folks who are the same shade. All skin folk ain't kin folk too. But I will say, I think it's up to those of us who will look at one another and say, hey, I see you, I recognize your humanity, to be able to also say, and that one over there, ain't not one, you know, that's not part of the tribe, you know, and take this tribe and build this tribe. And when they want to get in, don't let them in. You know, keep that hate, keep that the siloing and structures that think that you have to tear someone down so that you can be elevated because you're massively insecure. That's where white supremacy stems from, is a massive insecurity. But like I said, we just come together and we validate one another and we lift one another up, and they always follow suit. So
well, I just want to say, as a Chicano music practitioner, that I can say with certainty and with love and appreciation that our music does not exist without Black people and the Black experience.
And vice versa too.
Yeah. And Quincy, you've been a long time contributor to the Ban Quetzal and to Chicano music in general, to this community. And so, but I have to say that because, you know, that's an important part of our narrative, is that we grew up in community with Black people, and your struggle resonates with our struggle. And when we hear Black Lives Matter, we understand it deeply. And so I just need to say thank you.
Right on, man. You're welcome, and thank you. I say vice versa because it is, you know, we are in this together, and any separation that is felt and done among us is illusion. And it's important for us to know that now, that separation is all illusion, and we can beat this thing if we want to.
So before your next couple tunes, I want to, there's some comments from Trilce Santana. She says, thank you for giving love during these hard times, hard and somewhat lonely times. Cancel the Rent Festival is all right.
Yeah.
Liliana Herrera says, beautiful, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. And then Malcolm Torian Chu says, so beautiful. Thank you, Jessica and Quincy. So
thank you. Yeah,
take it away.
This is a beautiful time. Yes, absolutely. I just love the way you think. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Quiet nights of quiet stars, quiet chords from his guitar, floating on the silence that's around us. Quiet thoughts and quiet dreams, quiet walks by quiet streets, and the window looking out on Corcovado. Quiet nights of quiet stars, quiet chords from my guitar, floating on the silence that surrounds us. Quiet thoughts and quiet dreams, quiet walks by quiet streams, and a window looking out on Corcovado. Oh, how lovely! Here is where I want to be. Here with you, so close to me, until the light of life's unburned. I who was lost but lonely, believing life was lonely. I made a tragic joke and found with you the meaning of existence. Oh my love. My
I actually forgot how we ended that.
That's okay. Hopefully Joe Beam's not too mad.
I know, right? Rolling over in his
Rolling in
grave.
his
Sorry, Joe. What do we get next?
You want to do some gospel? You want to do some Black Diamond Lady? What you want to do?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let me do that.
Okay.
This is a AB original
All right.
released some time ago. This was actually mixed by my good buddy Ruben Nelson of Unknown Mortal Orchestra, and thankful for his work on it. She's a lover. She can love like it's no thing. Likes to go undercover. Doesn't like to know that anybody's watching. You see, as good as she is, she's so bad. That's why I had to get my hat and run. Oh, Black Diamond Lady, I'm torn in two, leaving you behind. Oh, Black Diamond Lady, you're the only thing on my mind. It's on my mind. It's on my mind. I get excited. Oh, getting caught up in your sight. Oh, I can't fight it. No, no. When she gotta go for a ride, yeah. Ooh, you see, as good as she is, she's so bad. Hey, that's why I had to get my hat and run. Oh, Black Diamond Lady, I'm torn in two, leaving you behind. Oh, Black Diamond Lady, you're the only thing on my mind. It's on my mind. It's on my mind. Ooh. It's on my mind. Oh, it's on my mind. You're on my mind. Black Diamond Lady.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
We have a couple more comments. One from Nzinga Masani and Manuel, I guess. Continued healthy greetings to all. Yes, yes. On love, self-love from the D, Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah, right on.
And we have David Edmonds. Says, go Jess and Quincy, sending love from Pittsburgh, PA. I'm loving the bossa nova flavor. So you got some people watching out there in different places. It's beautiful. So I'm just gonna let you all keep going. There is a request, song request, actually, for a Donny Hathaway song. Someday we will all be free.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap.
Oh, that is right. I haven't done that one in so long.
Just for full transparency, that request is coming from me.
Yeah. Okay. All right, bet. So that being said, you know what? We're gonna circle back on that one. I got you. Okay. Not tonight, but I got you on that.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Well, so we got about 15 more minutes. I'm just gonna let you all keep going.
Okay.
That sounds awesome. What you want to do? Give some gospel.
Yeah.
We didn't.
You know what? We didn't work on that, but we can power through that. Let's see.
You want to do it now? Okay. We're freestyling right now. This is a song by Quincy's late godfather, Andre Crouch. It's a shout out to our roots. Listen to black folks. We're gonna do some black music up in here. We're gonna take y'all to church just for a second on a Friday night.
Right. The blood that Jesus shed for me. It was way back on Calvary. The blood that gives me strength from day to day, it will never lose its power. It soothes my doubts and it calms all my fears. And it washes away every one of my tears. It's the blood that gives me strength from day to day. It will never lose its power. It reaches, and it reaches to the highest mountain, and it flows to the lowest valley. Oh yeah, the blood that gives me strength from day to day, it will never lose its power. It soothes my doubts and it calms all of my fears. And
the blood that gives me strength from day to day. It will never lose. It will never lose. It will never lose its Hey. Oh, I love that song.
Lovely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm lovely? Oh, thank you so much.
The day blessed too.
When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes. There's something without warning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. I just wanna look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, a lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, it's someone else instead of me. I always seem to know the way. Then I look at you, and I know it's all right with me. I just want to look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. A lovely day. Yeah, yeah. Hey.
When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, and someone else instead of me always seems to know the way, then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. I just want to look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day.
Lovely day, 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 lovely day.
It's gonna be. 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 Yeah,
It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
it's gonna be lovely.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
Rest in peace, our elder.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
Thank you so much for.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
everything you gave to us.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
a lovely day. I know
It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
it's gonna be
lovely, lovely.
it's gonna be a lovely day.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Bill Withers.
Woo! Wow. Okay. So we got two more comments from My Jupiter. Says, yes, so beautiful. Love you guys. And then another comment from Dave Edmonds says, all right now, Uncle Dave is playing along on the guitar to Lovely Dave.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Uncle Dave. Hey, Uncle Dave got chops. Oh my God. Oh, it's so cold.
So I just wanted to make a comment, you know, since you summoned the spirit of Bill Withers, and he just passed, and it's important for us to honor our ancestors and honor the elders in our lives. And I just want to give you all a chance to shout out to those people in your lives who have given you so much, and we're all standing on shoulders, right? On giant shoulders. And so who are those people for you all?
Oh man, without a doubt, man, wouldn't be half the man I am today, of course, without the love of my mom. Rest in peace. Such a beautiful soul. My brother Miles, man, my grandparents on my father's side, grandfather on my mom's side.
Yeah. Yeah, my grandmother would have been 79 2 days ago on the 23rd, but she transitioned last year. So, she would have loved that song, The Blood, as well. That's one of the favorites by our elders living and those, our ancestors gone on. So I just wanted to bring that to them, bring a little gospel for our elders.
Yeah, and the funny thing about that song too, that song is written in the blood that Jesus shed for me, and I had a thought. It's so profound. I might get in trouble for this from the the church folk, but the blood our ancestors shed for us will never lose its power. And that song took on a whole new meaning, and I can sing it now with so much faith in that the blood that our ancestors shed so that we could be here will never lose its power, not one bit.
Yeah.
That's right. Beautiful. You got one more for us before we close it out?
I do want to sing. Speaking of answers, so I want to sing a song that I feel like my brother helped me write. Miles helped me write years ago, called "Gifts of Life." And please feel free to join me on that chorus. Yeah, if this, feel it out for yourself.
No, we should also shout out our parents living.
Yes.
Right. So we shout out Quincy's dad.
Yes.
Without Alfred McCrary, there'd be no Quincy. There'd be no us. There'd be no Amira, little Amira, who's not here today. My parents.
Yes.
Shouting out my father, Gregory Edmonds. My mom, watching Sweetheart, aka Aretha. Yeah. My stepdad, Joseph Collins. My Uncle Dave, who's on the guitar. So yeah, we love you guys, and we thank everybody who has joined us tonight. Thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank y'all. Bountiful gifts of life, free to all and available, vast in their own supply. Peace, hope, prosperity, it has only one desire. Gratitude of only the present time. searching around, outside and out loud, only to find what is inside is everything. You see, fear and greed need not be for your dreams to materialize. There's more than enough, don't take too much. You see, others must still arise. Searching around, outside and out loud, only to find what is inside is everything. Yeah, searching around, outside and out loud, only to find what is inside is everything. Searching around, outside and out loud, only to find what is inside is fear, greed need not be for your dreams to materialize. There's more than enough, don't take too much. Others must still arise. Others must still arise. Others must still
Oh my God. You get me every time with that song, Quincy. And I want to thank you both so much. I love you both so much. You know that. And I love my little homegirl. Mira, you give her a big hug from her Uncle Quetzal.
Absolutely, for sure.
And
She misses you guys so much, man.
oh, we're gonna have a party when we see her next. And yeah, I really want to thank you for supporting this and for always being committed. You've always been there, and you all are one of a kind, and you're special artists. Thank you for sharing these gifts with everybody. And this is gonna go, it's gonna go on YouTube, so people can access it later on, and we can keep, pushing people towards this concert and the others as well. And I just want to again thank you so much, and you both have a good night. And I'm gonna do.
It's my pleasure, and we love you guys, and everybody stay safe out there, and keep loving your hearts as much as humanly possible.
And for folks out there needing information about support in not being able to pay your rent or mortgage, please, please, please visit us at cancelrent.us. You can sign the demands. You can get information, resources. We're in this together. We need to have a collective voice in pushing the politicians and pushing the banks and making them do what they're supposed to be doing, because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And it's not that difficult. It's not rocket science. It's what we talked about earlier. It's recognizing humanity first, putting that first, making that the priority, and making sure that people have access to housing, have access to food, have access to healthcare, and other things as well in this very, very vulnerable time. And so please, you can go to the, like I said, the website, cancelrent.us, and you can just you can look up hashtag cancel rent in español. Well, I think there's a person actually translating, so let me stop there. But thank you, everybody, and have a good night. Cancel Rent Fest in 2 more weeks.
All right.